Was onwards with the event, starting with a quick stop at the Dunlop Service Park, just to sort out the early niggles and nerves. This was followed by the first running of the stage known as Grootfontein, a 29.2 kilometre long gravel plantation section, which at this point served as stage 2 of the rally. For Guy Bottrell, it was a great opportunity to extend his slender lead, but fate intervened and dealt the defending champion a bum hand. A mechanical failure of a side shaft on the open section between the service park and the start of stage 2 took him completely out of the running and dealing the hope of the second consecutive championship a crushing blow.
Yes, unfortunately going to stage 2 in the open section, we had something fail in the gearbox. We think it's a diff, but we're not quite sure, but it's put us out of day 1. We're going to try and get it fixed for Super Rally tomorrow, but we're not quite sure what's wrong at the moment.
This opened the door for second place Chad van Beurden to turn up the wick, which is exactly what he did by posting the quickest time on stage 2. He was followed 50 seconds later by Marco Himmel and Francois Schoenby in their Volkswagen Polo. AC Potgieter was another 30 seconds back, with Richard Leek following 5 seconds behind him. They were followed by Matthew Basie-Lyle, Paul Franken and Andrew Hayne. Stage 3 came next, a 24.2 kilometre long stage known as Driekop, which promised another mad dash through a muddy York Timbers plantation. Having taken over the lead after the demise of Bottrell, all attention turned to Van Beurden and Swartz in their Gem Sport VW Polo. Their time on stage 3 was 21:33.3, just shy of a minute slower than the time posted by Franken and Kern in the Manitou Polo. Van Beurden had a massive spin, which took time to recover, allowing Franken to make up for time lost on the first 2 stages. AC Potgieter posted yet another good stage time and moved up into second place as a result. He pipped Matthew Basie-Lyle by 17 seconds, but then the latter had 2 spins and lost nearly a minute recovering from those. The rest of the Class S1600 field were either limping through the mud or spectating from the sidelines. So, after the first 3 muddy and misty stages, it was the name of Chad van Beurden that topped the standings. He had a lead of 1:16 over Potgieter, who in turn had Franken just 10 seconds behind him. Basie-Lyle followed next, with Himmel already more than 5 minutes behind after a torrid start. After another visit to the Dunlop Service Park, it was time to tackle the same 2 stages from the morning again. This time, York Timbers Grootfontein served as stage 4 of the rally. But if anything, the conditions had worsened during the day. By now, it had become clear that Franken was determined to catch Van Beurden, and on stage 4, that's exactly what he set out to do. The young Cape Townian's time was 26:42.2, some 5.2 seconds quicker than the time posted by Van Beurden. Faster, sure, but not enough to make any real inroads in Van Beurden's lead. AC Potgieter showed his tenacity by again posting a great stage time, this time the 3rd quickest of the stage, but not quite enough to hold on to second place overall. Matthew Basie-Lyle posted the 4th fastest time, with Richard Leek in the ATS Fiesta featuring as the last real runner in the field, though his time was more than a minute down of that of the stage winner. The field moved on to stage 5 next, which was an exact repeat of York Timbers' Driekop 24.2 kilometre of twisty gravel with a healthy serving of mud and mist thrown into the mix. Van Beurden was still comfortably in the lead of the rally, but even so he posted a blistering time on stage 5. He went a full 50 seconds faster than the next quickest man, which in this case turned out to be none other than Richard Leek in the ATS Fiesta. Paul Franken followed some 8 seconds behind Leek, with Matthew Basie-Lyle another 13 seconds back. Young AC Potgieter lost more than 1.5 minutes on this stage after running wide in a hairpin and getting stuck, though he still managed to retain 3rd place overall. With stage 5 done and dusted, though there wasn't much of that in the air, the day's gravel stages came to an end. With just 2 short tarmac stages to follow, it was still the name of Chad van Beurden at the top of the leaderboard. Paul Franken had moved up into 2nd place, though Van Beurden's lead had grown to over 2 minutes. AC Potgieter was now in 3rd with a healthy gap to Basie-Lyle, who had 4th place. Himmel rounded out the top 5. With the day's stages behind them, it was time for the crews to return to the Dunlop Service Park in Sabi before heading out for 2 consecutive tarmac stages. The famous Sabi town stage came next, but at 0.9 kilometers in length, it didn't offer much opportunity for crews to make up time. Stage 7, which came after, featured an identical length, but was run in the nearby town of White River. Paul Franken won Stage 6, with Vasey Lyle and Leek breathing up his tailpipes. The winning margin was 0.1 of a second. Stage 7 was won by Vasey Lyle, with Leek and Van Beurden posting the second and third quickest times, but again the margins were negligible. And so the positions and gaps remained largely the same, and by the time the tired crews finally shut off their rally machines for the day, Van Beurden and Swartz led Franken and Kern by 2 minutes 13 seconds. Vasey Lyle and Van Beurden were 3 minutes 46 off the lead, with Potgieter and de Tooy 2 minutes behind. Leek and Fourie moved up into the top 5, although they were more than 25 minutes behind the leader at this point. Stage 8 was the first stage of day 2 and consisted of the signature Spaghetti Junction stage in downtown Nelspruit. The stage was cancelled, however, after the collision between Henk Latergan in the Sasol Volkswagen and Jaapie van Niekerk in the NAB Ford. So on to stage 9 they went, a 1.5 kilometre long tarmac stage at the Mbombela Stadium near Nelspruit. As with the other tarmac stages on the event, the Mbombela stage offered little in terms of changes, and while Richard Leek won the stage in his ATS Ford, his time was just 0.8 of a second faster than that of Chad van Beurden. Guy Bottrell, now competing under Super Rally regulations, posted the next fastest time, followed by Vasey Lyle, Franken and Potgieter. By now the Nelspruit Super Special had been cleared of wreckage and the crews made the way back to Spaghetti Junction for stage 10 of the Sasol Rally. At 1.4 kilometres in length, the Nelspruit Super may not be very long, but it is certainly a great spectacle for the crowd, who again turned out in numbers despite the damp start to the day. For Guy Bottrell, stage 10 was a chance to